Should be alright.
Oh, we probably chose like the wrong kind of...
Hello! We're live. It works. Look at my shirt, everybody. Just look at it. Would you just look at it? Oh, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody.
Are we supposed to give everyone like a few minutes here so that...
Yeah, we're going to let everybody trickle in. If, more people trickle in. It looks like there's a few people in here now.
Really?
Which is more than I expected to begin with. So, hey, thanks for coming.
I guess I'll stop my fly hunting.
Stop fly hunting? Why would you ever want to stop fly hunting?
Yeah, have this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you can hear.
One of the best bus investments you can ever get. It's your aunt. Hello. Can you hear us okay? Please let us know if you can hear us okay. This is a laptop that I don't normally use, so the toilet paper is going well.
Oh.
Have a cocktail if you like. We decided too early, or I did, I should say. We got some water that tasted gross, and didn't want to drink it, so I'm drinking peanut butter whiskey instead right now. Hello from Wyoming.
Hi.
Nice. Hello.
Oh, this is super cool.
I know. Can you guys hear us okay? Somebody drop a message and let us know if you can hear us all right.
I'm from Montana.
Yes. Sweet. Good to hear.
Cool. We just thought that we would hop on here and try to have a conversation. We've all been kind of like stuck inside doing whatever, and this is a safe, easy way to be social. So
I'm going to see if I can bring up the chat here so we're not having to look and get all
weird.
I'm going to answer you real quick.
Super cool. Oh, yay, you can hear. Hi, that's you. Okay, thank you everyone who has tuned in. We weren't sure if we were going to have more than 2 people. We knew that we would have probably his mom and maybe one other person, but...
Yeah, so welcome.
Northern Ireland! Oh my god, that's so cool.
On the bucket list.
So cool.
Majorly on the bucket list. We would love to go to Ireland. Come on, Cinnamon. Welcome.
Isn't it like super late in Ireland right now?
Yeah, what time is it there right now? I can't see. Poor cow. Porkle. We'll have to see how many different ways we can pronounce everybody's names. Sorry if we slaughter them. There's a good chance we will.
So another reason why we wanted to hop on here is because, like many of you, we've been kind of glued to the news, reading the numbers and figures from all around the world and just kind of holding our breaths, waiting to see what happens next. So that hasn't left much time for editing new videos and whatever. And Jesse was like, well, we should just do a real quick one. I was like, oh, it's too bad we can't go live and have a conversation. So
yeah, we thought we couldn't. You have Kratom on your face.
Are you guys also glued to the news? I'd be curious to know. What else? And Jesse's been working really hard on the shower. I
have. We're actually, if you followed us for any amount of time, we're actually working on the shower and finishing the bathroom, which is like huge leaps and bounds. But while we're sitting here and not... not planned, sorry. While we're sitting here and not doing much in the desert and really can't move, by this time we planned on being other places in the state, but cruising around doing things. And since we're just sitting, figured I would get some stuff done. So the house is torn apart and put back together, and torn apart and put back together. The bathroom anyway, and I'm making a mess out of everything.
Yes, you're right. The news has been incredibly sensational. When I say the news, mostly I mean the presidential speeches, which has been just to kind of, I don't know, keep track. Like the recent thing with covering your face and that being a suggestion. It's 1 a.m. there. It's 1 a.m. in Northern Ireland.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No more stinky. We didn't smell that bad.
The bathroom doesn't smell at all, unless like the cat box is dirty because she doesn't like to cover. Laziest cat ever.
Mm-hmm. The temperature here it was about 80 degrees today, but there's like 15-mile-an-hour winds. So although it's warm outside, it's been breezy and quite lovely in the bus. Yeah. So, oh, you're stinky. That would be his mom.
Where are you at, John? What's the temperature where you're
I
at
think he
currently?
just said
did
Montana
he?
or Wyoming.
I missed it. I haven't been keeping up on all of
Yeah,
them. Terrible.
Montana.
Is that the same?
No,
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 that's the different John.
Two Johns.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
That's
hearing
so
my voice
cool.
is out of sync. I'm sorry if my voice is out of sync. There is a chance that there's a bit of bandwidth lag because we're in the middle of the desert. I wasn't even sure it's going to work, so I'm glad it did.
I'm curious to know all Momo most home where you guys are at. And there's another question I had too.
Oh, I can see it. It's a lot slower. Is the screen getting really bright and really dim for you guys, or is that just the focus on my end?
Oh, well, there's nothing that we can do.
Yeah, well, hey. So, yeah, to touch on videos, like Lily said, I have a couple that we've been working on, but if you see most of our videos, they're all upbeat and fun and, you know, that good stuff, and it just hasn't really felt that way lately. So I haven't been piecing those together. I've been working on stuff and watching updates and just kind of seeing what's going on and trying to figure out what it is that we're going to do. Wow, look at that go.
It was OLM, yes, of course. It's Larry, right?
That's right.
Isn't it
You can-
Larry?
You guys, when we finally learn your names, you can't go changing what your names are because then we have to relearn them again. We can barely remember them in the first place. Sorry.
It has been like an unplanned vacation though for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I also like watching like the positive stuff come out of it. There's been a lot of families that have gotten to spend time together and, you know, enjoy being with their kids and all sorts of stuff. And I feel like there's just a lot of positive stuff that's coming out of it. It's hard to see all of that, I guess, at first glance, but I think that normal has been redefined from this whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully normal has changed. I saw some things the other day where people were talking about they actually saw, you know, families hanging out on their porch and the kids playing in the front yard in their neighborhood and, you know, like kids riding bikes in cul-de-sacs and drawing on the sidewalk and doing all that cool
Yep.
stuff that, I mean, at least I remember as being kind of normal. And
Catching fireflies.
yeah, I didn't live around fireflies.
Oh, they were so much fun. You can take their butt and push them around your wrist. It's like a glow in the dark bracelet. Oh, I miss firefly butts.
Fireflies.
Let's see.
Well, that sucks. They do say that. the
Hi,
weather's changing.
Atticus. Probably not, honey. We're in a place right now where we're right next to water, and so we're able to do dishes and that kind of thing without worrying about how much water we're going to use. So, what about you? Are you guys going to be in Ehrenberg for a while? Let's see, I started a new handle. Larry said he started a new handle when he started working on the bus after 18 months of mechanical issues.
Yeah, we know how that goes, don't
Yes. Well, not 18 months, but we definitely know how the mechanical issues go.
we? Yeah.
We still cross our fingers every time we start it. We're like,
Yeah, like it should be okay, but you just never know. So
yeah, we got
knock on the wood.
broken hard. So, oh well.
Terribly hard.
And oh yeah,
My
kids are
kids are
doing
doing chores and landscaping just because they're bored.
that's
that's-
awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, right?
That's good stuff.
I love it.
So you're getting lots of work done on the bus then?
He said, yeah, it's a scary time every time I start it.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep. I don't know. Hey, bud, come say hey.
Can I watch this?
After you maybe say hi. Come on. Grammy's on here. Viewers are on here. All kinds.
Come here.
Yeah. Grammy and Grampy. Oh,
There we go.
Hi.
see, and then everybody's commenting over here, and then we can read their comments. So it's like we're chatting with everybody.
Yeah. It's like we're all hanging out. Granny says, hi, Jonah, love you. All right, come on. Don't be a
Get
weirdo.
over here.
Come on.
I don't see your post.
Stop. You can see it right here. So yeah, we just wanted to get on and hang out. We don't really have like
Yeah, we didn't
anything
really
planned
have
for
an
you.
agenda.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything
We hope you
for you
guys
to
are
laugh
all,
at me for.
staying safe and I don't
Stay
know,
safe, washing your hands.
washing your hands, enjoying the time off, enjoying maybe the good changes that come out of it.
Yeah, hopefully.
And to let you know that our next video will definitely be mostly about the conundrum that is the bathroom.
It's a lot. For those of you that
it's a
have
lot.
For those of you that have buses or have been around buses, building buses, nothing's straight, everything's weird angled, and so to do the bathroom and the shower, it's a wet room, so the whole thing's going to be able to get wet, and the shower floor is dropped 6 inches below the floor level. So doing the transitions and where it builds up to the wall, plus the emergency door is there so that the door can open in the shower, so that we can also have an outdoor shower. It's a lot to put together, and even though I consider myself good at building our stuff, I think it's a challenge. It's hard to figure out.
Sneak peek, though, kind of. Sneak peek.
I've done a lot of staring at it.
We're using, one of the finishes that we are using is concrete. So a good, probably half of the bathroom will be concrete, which I think is really cool.
Part of it. It's either going to be really cool or it's going to be a huge fail.
Yeah, but we're taking the risk, right?
Yeah. I mean, the way I have it in my head, when it's finished, as long as it stays that way and is done right and doesn't crack and fall apart, it should be awesome. And people say, your bus flexes. I understand that. But the way that we're doing it, it should be okay. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
Yes, service dog Sylvia. You can get water. So we were parked in Ehrenberg for a while, and which is also close to a water source. But you have to go down this bumpy pain in the butt road. Whereas here, it's literally I don't know, not even a quarter of a mile away. So it's really I don't know, it's luxurious to be parked in the middle of nowhere, but still only be 5 minutes, if that, 3 minutes to go and fill up on water.
Yeah.
Plus we kind of, as anyone knows, when you're building, there's wood and tools and things just scattered kind of everywhere, and to have to pack all of that up to go get water would not be that much fun. Okay.
Yeah, it is convenient being able. I mean, we have trash here. There's dump here, which we're environmentally friendly gray water. We could just drain, but when we go over and fill, we drain there at the same time. And there's trash, so it's very convenient, but yet, like Lily said, we're parked in the middle of nothing. If you watched our last video, when Lily and Jonah run off into the desert, that's right in front of where the bus is parked. That's our view right now. It's great. The nearest people, we're parked with a couple of people. Life is a Joy bus. They're incredible. And then another bus friend, Roger. They're the only bus friends here right now. Broccoli bus just left. Chris just left from the off-grid schoolie. So it's slimming out here, but the nearest neighbors besides those are probably a half a mile away, if not, further from there out.
There says stainless tub shower assembly fabricated for the bus by someone way better at will save welding than me. Watching people tile, maybe decide to do 304 stainless and cedar walls. That is very similar to what we have.
Yeah. We're doing cedar and concrete. Initially, we were going to do cedar and the black river rock, but we've since decided to do the concrete, which is actually a new decision. I was just going to red guard the whole thing and just cedar the whole shower.
What did you do?
But we've decided to slap some concrete in there.
Yeah.
It's not concrete. Well, it is, but it's feather finish, Ardex feather finish. So it's meant for going over hard surfaces and thin layers. So we're not having to pour, big, huge forms or anything.
Also, it was Jesse's birthday yesterday.
That it was. Happy birthday to me!
He got a couple of special things. I made homemade sourdough pizza, which I'm sure we talked about.
I know she's my wife. But the best pizza crust I've ever had. Besides maybe 1 or 2 pizzas lifelong that were white crust. But the sourdough, it was incredible. I don't ever need a normal pizza again. Homemade sourdough crust, homemade sauce from scratch. Well, not
Mhm.
from scratch. He used paste and diced, right?
Diced tomatoes, yeah.
Right. Just incredible. So incredible that there was one slice left over, so I talked her into making more tonight. So I have another one that rumor has it might be even better.
And then I also made homemade cheesecake, which is his favorite, and I never had made it before. So,
Thank you.
it's a happy birthday. What a wife. I know, right?
She's incredible, that's for sure.
But we are being sweet to one another. It's definitely less stressful doing it at your own pace and just knowing that,
Doing what?
building.
Oh.
They were saying building can be stressful, and it can be, but there's
Yeah.
showers right down the road, so they're available to us whenever.
Sure.
And I think that makes it so that we can kind of take our own time and,
I
takes
haven't been
some of the
like
stress out of
I
it.
haven't been rushing through it or trying to hammer it out like I would, like when we were building.
Right.
So that's been kind of nice. But
And work's been kind of slow. I mean, as you guys can imagine, I'm sure everyone's having their own issues. We're all in it together. But even though he's in trucking and even though it's for food, it has still been slow. It kind of comes in waves. So he takes the off time and has that time to work on the shower, and then he
I
can
try to just
stop and
bounce
work
back
in
and
between.
forth, which can be really difficult. But just when you have to concentrate on both.
Yeah.
I'm not just building like a normal wall. I'm building out weird stuff, like I said. So if I stop to do regular work and I have to concentrate on that, then I go back to doing the shower and I'm like, what was I even doing? Oh yeah, I had to figure this out. Oh yeah, but I had to figure that out. But, that's just how it goes.
John Hollycutt wants
Yeah,
to
how much
know-
was your bus and how
Yes.
much was the build out?
Yes.
That's such a trick question with us.
Well, the bus was easy. That was $4,500, right?
Yeah, we went through a few buys that fell through because the other owner just fell out on it
Or
or
the
didn't want
inspection
it to
was
get
bad.
inspected or the inspection was bad. And my dad was real sick at the time and we wanted to hit the road and just go. So I ended up going to a dealer, which I'm really happy that we did. We went to AAA Bus, which I'm sure tons of people have heard of. But they are amazing. We've done a video on them. And they're just a great crew. So we went there, we bought our bus for $4,700
Was it 47 after tax?
after tax,
After
title,
tax.
license, all that good stuff. It's a 99, it has the DT 466 and the Allison MD 3060. The build,
I added up the receipts once upon a time, many moons ago, and it was around $20,000, not including anything mechanical. So that was
yeah, we got hosed on mechanical 3 times before we really.
that was really
did
the pipes and the electric and
The build.
solar. The whole build was
Right.
around $20,000.
Right, and we got a lot of our stuff at auction because we would have had about 10K and just solar, but we got all of our panels and some other stuff at auction. We got our sink and our faucet at auction, which were a huge discount. We paid $100 for both of them.
I hesitate to answer that question because I feel like it's either time or money. And if you have time to really source your things, not necessarily plywood, but if you have
Just
time
in general,
if you have
you
time
can build
to
it so much cheaper.
shop on Facebook
Mhm.
and get stuff off of Craigslist. And we didn't have time. Jesse's dad had cancer, and we had to throw it together and get up to his dad as fast as possible. So we ended up spending a lot more money than we had anticipated.
Mhm.
But the majority of the build was done in I don't know, 6
3 months.
I
No,
mean,
3 months.
Yeah. I mean,
Once
all
we
of-
had it. My buddy
Yeah.
John had it for a few months. Yes, you can watch that.
So,
Please don't drop it. Go back there. If you're going to watch. Or you're welcome to hang out.
buying from AAA Bus, it's still not a guarantee. The
No.
only thing that's guaranteed is that you're going to have some people that support you and, will pick up the phone when you call and that kind of thing.
For instance, we paid $4,700 for our bus.
Mhm.
We took it straight to the first Schoolie Palooza. So we drove from Phoenix out to where we are right now in Quartzsite, which is a few hours. And then from there, we drove it up north to Prescott, which is another 4 hours in the
Mhm.
bus. And that was it. And then we worked on it. We drove it back and forth to a friend's shop to get some work done. He did mounted my roof rack, dropped my shower floor. and built all of my storage bays down below. My buddy John did that. So it didn't get out a whole bunch. And then, even though we had bought it from a dealer that, you know, everybody speaks highly of, and they were great, they still are, and they did all of our fuel filters and oil change and made sure the tires were good. Like, they checked the whole thing out before we took it. Then we go to get it titled, inspected to be titled as an RV, and we drove, I don't know, 30 miles down the road and it died.
Yeah. So there was
And
no
then
way.
it cost us $6,000 before we ever left on our first trip.
But there was no way to have known that. They were putting the wrong injectors in our motor, and Tony at AAA couldn't have done that.
Well,
He
no,
just couldn't have.
Tony never opened it up.
Yeah,
so how
of
would he
course.
know?
So
what
how
was
would he know?
Sorry,
So
I got something
it's
in my
not-
eye.
Like, buying from a dealer is definitely not a guarantee. But
Yeah.
But he has had our back several times since then.
Oh, yeah.
Several
Like,
times.
even when we were in Idaho and in Wyoming, like thousands of miles away, he can't do anything to help us. He was still there trying to help us figure it
Yeah.
out. So,
So
great
don't
guys.
beat yourself up too much. That's all I'm saying. You know,
Yeah, we've put way more into our bus mechanically than we have into
into
the
the
build.
build.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
maybe not way more, but equal, if not more.
I tend not to complain about that though, because look, we
It's
are
our house.
home, and it is beautiful, and there's a lovely breeze, and we're in the middle of the desert. And how can you? I mean, how can you
He is the
complain?
bus whisperer.
You know, thank goodness we don't have a mortgage or rent due right now. That's
Yeah. Seriously.
that would be devastating.
Like what we've put into our bus for the build, you know, around 20 or so, plus our time, is no different than if you bought a house of stick and bricks and it needed a new roof and a new water heater and a new furnace. You know, I mean, that's just how it goes.
When he says, I tell people that Tony's the bus whisperer.
I know. I just confirmed that. I read it from here. It's,
Oh.
it's small, but
I'm sorry.
I wonder. Hold on. Let me see if I can blow this up so I can just read it here.
I figured 50 to 60,000 all done. Yep. And there's people that can get away with less. I'm sure I know there's people that are out there that have
Oh, yeah,
definitely
look at-
gotten away with
Look
less.
at Tim. Tim Manoff.
Tim and off. Does
Yeah.
he have his bus still? I don't think he does.
I'm pretty sure he does. But he built his whole bus for like $6,000.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he barely had any solar on it.
Right. Solar is a
Right. So, you know, he didn't have a ton of power or anything. But, I mean, it's a matter of what you need. And, you know, being that I work online and we have all kinds of stuff that takes power. Plus, we planned on putting in a mini split with dual head units for AC, which we never did. So we planned way overkill and have a huge solar system, which is a funny story. You wanna
Jimmy
tell-
Debbie popped on.
Hey! Hey, we'll wave at you out the window.
Guys.
Feel free to come over if you want to sit in.
This is our first live thing. We were told you can't do it unless you have 1,000 followers, but
You just can't do it
Jesse kind
mobile unless you have 1,000
figured a
followers.
way around about it. So we figured, hey, let's just hop on and see what happens.
Yeah.
Rebuilt the engine, replaced rods,
Radiator.
so we won't have to do in the desert or Alaska somewhere. Amen to that.
Heck yeah, good for you.
Yeah, nothing like trying to put injectors in while it's snowing.
Good times.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Still my favorite picture on our Instagram, though. So what else? You guys
Yeah.
want to know anything?
Well,
Any questions?
what did they say
for us?
right at the beginning? Somebody was talking about sourdough. I hope we didn't lose them.
Toilet paper growing.
John, where are you at in Montana? John, what's his last name?
Holocaust?
Collicott?
I think I'm saying that right.
Collicott? I saw something about sourdough in there. Sorry, we don't know what we're doing.
Sourdough. I'm looking for sourdough. I don't see anything about sourdough.
Okay, well, if you commented about the sourdough or had a question about the sourdough, please drop it again because we can't find it.
I'm kind of actually. I'm slowing down a little bit.
Oh,
with
it's that
sourdough.
John. John, we've talked about this before.
Oh
Yeah, on Flathead Lake. We're
Yes.
going to swing through there and visit when we
Yes.
come through. We will. Seriously.
Oh, John
That's-
Moore asked about
It's on the
bread.
bucket list.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Mom. Good looking out. John Moore, what did you want to know about the bread? We'll tell you all about it, or Lily will. I just watch and smell. So currently, it doesn't look like it, but I've been trying to eat better so that I can lose some weight. So I've been doing keto and I've been doing intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Yesterday and today ended up being cheat days because of my birthday, but I'm okay with that.
Okay,
And then I'm
so
right back
here-
on it. I've already dropped 10 pounds.
Here's the thing with shipping the bread.
Ah.
The cost to ship one loaf was $8.70.
Frankie Jen.
So then, so I was a little concerned about just asking for, like $10 for one loaf of bread. So then we sent 2 loaves plus a starter to another friend. They haven't received it yet. And that was $25.
It just jumped on. That was in
For
Michigan.
2 loaves of bread and 4 starters so that they can learn to make their own.
Just to
So,
get it there.
Kind of like, I really want to crank out these loaves and send them, and I've, even done some research as to like the best way to reheat them and all of that.
Thank
But
you, Larry. That's good to know.
I feel bad asking that kind of money, and that's just for shipping. So,
Now, we did hear there's another way to do it. We need to do a stamps.com
sign up
account
for
so we
that,
can ship cheaper.
Yeah.
Chris from Off Grid School, Teeny Home Tours, he told us about it. He was doing a bunch of eBay stuff.
Yeah.
So that is supposed to be a lot cheaper. But still, even if it's half of that, like we still feel bad having to charge $15-20
$25,
just to ship you what it is,
I mean,
that we
don't
want
get
to
me
send
wrong.
you anyway.
It is good bread, but oh my goodness!
Frank and Jen are on. Hi guys.
Oh, and Little House on the Highway.
Hey! Oh, thank you guys for tuning in. What are you guys up to? Tell us all about it. Tell us where you're at. Tell us what's going on. I mean, we know where you're at, but tell us how it is.
To fix my wicked case of type
Yeah, I know.
2
That's what Larry was saying. I was ahead of you on it.
Sorry.
Great. I don't have type 2, but
No,
I could.
Yeah. Well,
Regardless, I don't want to be that.
exactly.
I want to
You
be
don't
down
even-
to my ideal weight by the time I turn 40. Like, that's I haven't even told Lily this, but that's my goal. So,
Yeah. So you guys better start ordering bread because who else am I going to make it for if he's not eating it?
smelling it all the time is like the worst torture. She wants to open a bakery, and I can't eat any of it. But today I shall.
Oh, I just kind of thought of another idea. Maybe I could ship the pizza dough, but that wouldn't work out. It just wouldn't work.
Was
If
it,
you guys have any suggestions on how to get shipping down, my gosh. Each loaf of bread is 2 pounds. So granted, it's a little dense, but to ship 5 pounds in just a regular small box, good grief.
yeah.
That's why Amazon is taking over the world, because they figured out the shipping thing, and they can mail you your toothpaste for nothing.
Yeah. Liz,
Mhm.
was that your mom's dog that you guys were walking? That was a cute little fluff ball. They're in California at her mom's house. It's in Richard, California.
Just go back and
How was
forth.
California? Is it crazy? Are you guys on lockdown hours yet? Have you guys seen the videos of people playing The Purge beginning when they're announcing The Purge to like their relatives that have never seen it before? Hilarious.
Frank and Jen, I saw your little trot past the lighthouse up to Lake Michigan the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really beautiful. I was like, I mean, we're in the desert, so of course anything with water just looks so appealing.
How far are you guys away from the lake?
They're like a walk away.
A walk away?
Well, I think it's from a different lake, but up there,
Is it different than a walkabout?
it's a little different. One's more wet.
Alright. So nearly bad transformations.
Absolutely.
The bread is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the pizza crust. I can't even explain. So you guys haven't seen this. I forget. I've shot it all. I have all this footage to do a puzzle pieced together kind of story of Lily's cooking adventures since she started doing sourdough. But she has done bread, of course, white and wheat, and tortillas, the thicker, whatever you want to call them.
Like pita kind of.
Yeah,
tortillas.
pitas, kind of
Pancakes.
pancakes,
Yeah.
savory cakes.
Yeah.
What else? She hasn't tried pretzels yet.
California was one of the first states to lock down, and
Benjamin.
honestly, watching their numbers kind of, stay steady and not, blow out of proportion has been kind of encouraging. It's been encouraging for us, even me, like going to the grocery store. I'm like, I'm going to take my part and I'm going to cover my face and, make sure that I wipe everything down, because why not? Because I don't live in New York and I don't want to be a New Yorker, so I'm not going to catch it.
She was just talking about it the other day, though. She went over to Blythe to go to the store and had like the mask on and was wiping everything down and stuff. And people were looking at her like she had lost her mind.
No kidding. There was this.
Hey, Badge!
Badge is here.
And Elle. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, Elle.
Thanks for jumping in.
So I was like pushing the cart, and of course I had a wipe on my hand so that if I picked something up and changed my mind or whatever, I could just wipe it down. And to just keep my hands sanitary. And
Hey, Frank.
so I was pushing the cart and I go around the corner and this young man comes around the cart, sees me and goes, like laughs at me. And I'm like, listen here, whippersnapper, But, and it's also really hard because people can't read your face. They can't really tell when you're smiling or when you're yawning or whatever. So
Good.
everyone does look like they're just kind of droning around when they're covering their face. But
Everybody would think I'd look angry.
yeah.
Look like I'm going to rob the place to be
Yeah,
staring at me
but-
all weird.
Why not?
That's why I don't go anywhere.
I mean, why not? Why not protect yourself or others? And just, it's only an hour at the grocery store. Like, of course I'm going to cover my face. Why?
And I'm getting the shower finished. Now, when we're out in the middle of nowhere, and not close to water, then we'll have to conserve a lot more. But when we're right here by water, who cares? Shower again.
Yeah. I mean, luckily,
Then I want to be able to work out and get all hot and sweaty without like having to take, like a sink bath, like a pits and ditch. Okay, yeah, it's great, but it's not great at the same time.
what has been fun is meal planning. Because I typically will go to the store like every second or third day to grab that one special ingredient that I need. And recently I've really had to like menu things out and make sure that, the meat didn't get eaten for the other meal or whatever, and kind of, make sure that my plan sticks through for the whole week. It's been kind of a challenge, but it's also been kind of fun. So I don't know if anyone else is going through that, but
Larry, technically we have a 76-gallon tank. I strategically shopped to find a tank that would fit between the outside body wall and my frame rail. So I got the biggest one that I could find. It's actually a sprayer tank that has like the vented top. But when the level line is down far enough, so when it's actually full, it's much closer to 100 gallons. I'm guessing it's real close, if not at 100 gallons, because we can go a full week washing hands, doing dishes, all that stuff without having to fill up like a week on the nose, and we need water. What? Are you laughing at?
Jen said that grocery shopping is like being Pac-Man. So true.
I miss you guys. Why you got to be all the way up there?
Princess Pamela's World, yes. I started wiping stuff down fairly early too. And like, I think Friday was my day last week. I had to pick some stuff up from the post office. And even that, like wiping the packages down. I know that they've been in the mail for however many days, but why not? Why not?
Larry, ours, like I said, a week with the three of us, and that's not showers.
Oh my God. 200 gallons for a month out with 2 adults, 200 would be funny.
Yeah, if you're strategic with your water, because Chris
has 200 gallons.
has 200 gallons, and he's good for a month.
If not more.
Yeah.
And that's with showers and everything.
Yeah.
They're military
He's real
showers,
strict with
but-
his showers and his water use,
Yeah.
but yeah, you could make 200 gallons last for a month.
Although we don't really have a hard time finding water. It's fairly easy to find when you're traveling around. I think it only comes into play when you want
Especially-
to sit still in one area, then you want to sit still in an area that definitely has water nearby. So,
You want to hear a great story about water? You want to know how easy water is available? So not only can you ask like gas stations and stuff if you can use their water sometimes, but you can
Look who's on my phone.
Hey! I was like, I hear us coming up to the bus. What's that about? Hey guys, how's it going? Debbie and Jim are watching us. Just walk over
This
to
is
say
your
hey.
first live stream?
Yeah, you want to come in?
Yeah.
Hey, say hello, Debbie.
Hello.
Come on in, guys.
How's it going?
This is
It's going
Jim
good.
and Debbie.
Yeah.
Our
It's
neighbors right
Hey.
Temporary neighbors.
now. Yeah. You made the
Temporary
neighborhood.
permanent. Yep.
I better turn
Oh,
mine
you
on.
got the echo going.
Got the echo going.
What are you guys up to? How are you?
Oh, we just saw you guys and got all excited.
We've never done a live thing, and I haven't dropped a video lately, so we
Uh-huh.
just want to chat with people and say
Nice.
hey. And so
Oh,
It's nice
I'm
to
like,
see
oh,
how
let's do it
everybody's
live.
doing.
I didn't think that we could do one because, well, it said we couldn't, but it's just on mobile if you're under 1,000 subscribers. But you can still do it from a computer.
Yeah.
So I pulled out the
Okay.
laptop and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's a cute little computer.
just
That
did-
works perfect.
yeah, a
we
little
just did
surface.
music.
Did ya?
Yeah, we do
Oh, we missed
music at
it.
3:00 on Sunday.
Sundays.
We do some gospel music.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a
We're not
Cool.
going to bother you. We just wanted to come and say hello.
It's a
Thanks
good
for
thing
saying hey. I
because
love your,
people
I love your
need it.
shirt. Look at that
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I'm all
Mhm.
patriotic.
Woo!
Yep, it's a good thing because people need need a diversion
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what we
I
found
their
with
bread. It's awesome, awesome, awesome.
this.
And it's
Yeah.
good for you. It'll cure
I
type 2
don't understand
diabetes.
how that keto thing is going to work for you with your bread.
It's
I
very
know.
difficult right now. I'm not going to stay on keto forever. That's not
Yeah,
the
I
plan
know.
at all.
Well,
So I can stay on the intermittent fasting forever because I don't
Yeah.
mind that. But the keto, I won't. I'm just doing
I
it for a
lost
while
like
to
40
clean out.
pounds on keto and intermittent. Well,
Yeah.
no, we're doing much
I lost
fasting.
25. I lost 25 before just doing
Yeah.
keto,
yeah,
It
well,
worked for
but
me.
it came back.
yeah, it does. It
It
does.
does.
And right now is a really hard time for us to try to do keto.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we've
especially
been kind of
We were just sitting. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
we've just been kind of
I just
being
had
a little
ice
bit
cream with
careful
peanut butter in it.
Yeah, but it
Yo! What kind of
it
ice
was
cream?
low carb.
It was low carb ice
It was
cream.
carb smart
Very
ice
shiny.
cream.
Lily,
so-
Lily made me homemade cheesecake.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy your live stream. We love
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Talk to you
Sorry,
soon.
Bye. Is that better, John?
I don't even know where we were. I'm sorry.
I'm
Have a good
sorry.
walk, guys. No,
Thank
you're good.
you.
No, thank you for coming by.
There's
That's
a
why I invited.
shiny thing in the window.
How much is that shiny thing
Well-
in the window? We have one blind that's a little short,
Oh, and the wind's blowing the curtains all
and
over
this
the
one doesn't
place.
go over because our wires. So sorry.
There we go. Hopefully that's
The
better.
last two days we were supposed to say, okay, good.
It's nice.
Why do we have to be all the way down here? You know exactly why we have to be all the way down here. But we still haven't accomplished those goals. Cinnamon, get out of here. Cinnamon's trying to walk behind me right now.
It's nice to be out and still feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but also have neighbors too. And they're like the perfect kind of neighbors because you all just kind of do your own thing, and it's not like there's no obligation to it. You come and you visit when you want to say hi, and that's it. It's the best kind of neighbors, right?
What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about getting water. If you guys are curious, once you're on the road. So just a quick story about getting water, because it was funny. When we were in California, we were at not only our favorite parking spot that we've ever had,
Mm.
but we needed water. And in California, there's not a lot of places to swing through and grab water besides like parks and stuff. And so there was this guy, and he's parked right there, right next to our favorite parking spot ever. And I just chatted with him and talked for a bit.
You know, to make a friend.
Yeah, and then filled up from his house with his hose. And now, next time we go through, we have a standing dinner date.
Yeah.
And we chat all the time on Instagram.
So it's kind
great.
of like a good,
You can get water
good way to
anywhere.
make friends.
You just ask.
Yeah.
Like I would, if I really needed to, I wouldn't hesitate to like knock on someone's door and ask them if I could fill up from
If
their
you
house.
really needed to.
Yeah, if I really needed to. But there's always a gas station or something.
Yeah, I think actually the more difficult part sometimes can be finding a place to dump your trash. We've had friends that they went and brought their
Shut up,
one garbage to, it was like a shopping mall, and they dumped it off in behind, and one of the employees came out and took their bag of trash out of the dumpster and set it on the ground. Well, hello, you don't want a whole bunch of trash floating around and leave it in the dumpsters here. So weird.
Yeah, that was my big complaint on California is that it's like they don't want you to throw away your trash. Like if you could just throw away your trash, who cares?
Maybe my fairy dust is blinding you.
I guess we could have done it the other way.
Yeah, Jesse. We've all heard the storage unit story.
That's why I said shut up, Frank.
So many of you guys may not know. I don't know.
We miss
maybe
you guys.
maybe
You
they
guys are too far away.
do know, but another part of the reason why we are in Arizona, there's many reasons. But one more thing that we need to check off our list is we have a 10 by 20 storage unit that is packed to the brim
True,
with all of our
True.
old life. We have no idea what's there. We've just been paying the monthly thing since
We have an
left,
idea of some stuff that's in there, but
like a handful. So we really need to, dust off those cobwebs and deal with our dirty little secret and
Get
go
rid
get
of
rid
it.
of the storage unit. It's a terrible time to do it because I doubt anyone is buying anything. But
I don't even care.
oh well, we'll have to donate it or something.
Well, they almost like doubled the rate on us too. So now, I mean, before it was a waste of money. Now it's like a huge waste of money.
I feel like
Sorry about the
that
light
faster.
changes and the light going because I can't do anything about it. I don't have a studio.
The only
It's windy as hell.
I think the only downside of being parked out here with this whole thing going on, we have many friends who have started gardens, bought chickens, like they're hunkering down for the long haul. And the only thing that we've done is brew
Here we
toilet
go.
paper.
Here we go. They're just, get out of here. The flies are rolling in right
Oh.
now, and it's driving me crazy.
California,
Flies and mosquitoes.
look, for Larry, California is absolutely worth the visit. You don't have to live there. You
Just
don't have to
Just
pay
move
taxes.
on through it.
You just move on through, enjoy the beauty because it is spectacular, and then you leave when you're done, and you get all of the best parts of California without having to live there. It's great. It's absolutely great. You
Well, there's-
don't need a $3 million house to enjoy the beach.
No, the person that I was just talking about, where we got water from, that house was for sale, had been remodeled and was for sale for like a year. We had parked
Mhm.
there 3 different times. The last time that we parked there is when we met the person that bought it. It was for sale for $6.4 million. And we were parking across the street from it on the beach for like 4 or 5 days at a time.
But let's not downplay how.
Malibu, you can park for free all the time.
Like, oh God, what is his name? The guy that bought the house.
I'm not going to tell anybody.
What's just his first name?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, I see him all the time. Anyway, the guy that bought the house,
Well,
it's
his
their dream
Instagram's not
house,
his name.
and they absolutely love it. So I can't even give him any grief for spending $6 million. If you have it and that's your dream house, then go for it. You know. So I can't even really talk poorly about the people who buy the expensive houses in California because
At least they keep their California money in California instead
Yeah.
of diluting Arizona with it. Or some other state. What?
TV will buy everything else you need. You want chili lime almonds with peanut butter.
Why don't those are you're not gonna like it. Why don't
Hold
you
on, let me
why
get a
don't you
snack.
yeah, bar
Let me get
for
Jonah a
right now.
snack.
Oh.
Okay, well she's gone. What do you guys want to talk about? Frank, Jen, how's the chickens going over there? I'm jealous of your chickens. I miss my chickens. Chickens are so much fun. It is windy out here right now. I'd love to close up, but it would be hot. Hey, Frank and Jen, say hi. And I assume Damien and Kalis. Come over here. What? You can't come wave? You guys want to cheese it? I'm cheating today, so. You're really not going to come say hi?
I always
No, they just got on. They weren't on earlier. The bus story's all on here right now. Stick your head in and say hey. They're saying hi, Jonah.
Hi.
Oh, Larry, you're good. It's not like there's a bunch of people in here. It doesn't matter. Is there stuff that we're... I don't want to miss anything. I hope TP buys everything because, you know, Lily's been hoarding it.
You guys missed
This guy.
She hasn't been hoarding it. I was just talking about the video. We actually had to borrow TP for that video to be able to make it.
True.
You know,
True story.
behind the scenes. You're just going to sit over there and
Did
tease
you?
it?
I'm curious.
Jonah's trolling us right now.
Did you? Did you guys watch the video? Was it funny? Because it was a ton of fun to make it.
It was fun. Jonah's been
But
wanting to
then-
do stuff like that ever since, so you might get more of those. I don't really know what we'll
When
do,
I went
but
back and watched it, I was like,
I don't have any like special
oh,
effects.
I felt like it was almost like a dry sense of humor, but I didn't care. So, it's always weird to see yourself on a video, though, I think.
I know I'm going to feel bad in like 5 years if like a ton of people die and we made some spoof video on it before it got bad.
It just crossed my mind.
We can always pull
Yeah.
the video.
You can always pull a video. But all of those memes that were floating around the internet, like for the first week of, the quarantine period, holy crap, they were funny. I'd just be scrolling to my phone and just bust out in laughter. So,
Did you see the one that Chuck Norris got COVID-19?
oh,
COVID-19's in quarantine for 2 weeks.
that's funny.
The chickens are good. They got moved into their coop. Hey. Frank and Jen said they love you. Even though you don't want to show them any
I
love.
found some TP in a cabinet and got excited.
Oh, good. The video was hilarious.
Oh, you're right. I should have worn the face mask to the store. Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, another behind the scenes though. That was Chris's face mask, not ours. So we had to give it back to him. He actually had to leave.
The tampon to the nose. Well, you just gotta go for
I
it.
wanted to do the whole video like that, but Lily wasn't having it. That
No.
was so great.
Oh, it's so hard to hold a straight face when you're doing stuff like that too.
I wanted her to go to the store like that,
Oh,
and she wouldn't do it.
I didn't know. Funny story. The one kid, we went to 2 stores. The first one, I handed the kid the toilet paper,
Did I
and
put that
he
one
just
at the end?
he just looked at me like,
He's like, yeah, that's not going to work.
and I was like, oh, is it not enough?
Like just dead face.
And he was like, no. Just dead face. So I was like, oh, well, you're not fun. I thought at least laugh or
Pamela's making
something.
face masks right now.
Oh, good for you.
You got a face mask? I'll do a face mask right now. What?
Wait, what?
I said you got a face mask? I'll do a face mask right now.
What do you mean? Why are you magnified?
Magnified?
Yeah,
Right
you're
in
like-
front of you.
You're looking at my pores.
Well, because I'm talking about face masks.
Mm.
Your pores look really good. Look at my pores. Could use some mask.
Some duct tape.
Duct tape. She's so sweet to me.
Oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Hey, the Adventure Partners!
Hello!
Hey,
How are you guys?
guys! Super cool.
We're in the same spot. Where are you guys?
Yes, we're parked in. If you guys saw the picture that we posted of all of the stars everywhere around, that's where we still are. We're still under the stars.
We're just south of Quartzsite on BLM land.
Yeah. They
Watching satellites go over. Oh, what was it? Not last night, but the night before we watched the space station go over, which we'll catch it every once in a while. But the other night, it had the perfect arc across the sky, and you could see it just super bright going across the sky. It was. I'm in love with space stuff.
I'm really
I could
having
geek out on space stuff all day.
I'm having a ton of fun with our camera, taking pictures at night. Like every time I take the camera out and
We need
it's
a-
dark, I learn something else new.
If only we had a lens that soaked up more light. If
So we-
anybody wants
yeah,
to send us a
It
lens.
can't be video, so I'll just have to ask him to put the pictures like at the end of our videos or
Yeah.
something like that.
They're good.
The Adventure Partners, I've been watching your build. You guys are freaking amazing. Some of the stuff that you are doing is super unique. What is it, like 6 skylights or something?
Yeah. Do you
It's
have covers
super
for those?
cool.
Do you have covers for your skylights? I'm curious about that. And how
Little
much heat
geeky
they're going to
space
let in.
stuff. Yay!
Yeah.
I can't believe how many
Geeky
people
space
do.
stuff.
It's so
Seriously.
cool.
Everybody, thank you for coming to hang out. There was a good part of me that thought I was just going to be sitting here talking to you. And like my mom.
I was
You
like,
know.
all right.
Hi, Mom. Love
Okay.
you. I know we just chatted
That's so
yesterday
cool,
because it was my
though.
birthday and we FaceTimed for like 30 minutes, but here I am. You can type
Steven,
me.
hello from Florida. Hi, Steven.
Hello, Florida. How's
Thanks for
Florida
coming.
today? They finally got everybody off the beach, looks like.
Oh,
Be
good.
Adventure Partners. Lily follows all the social stuff. I've
I
seen
do.
some of your stuff, but not a lot. She stalks it all. If I go into Instagram right now, I'll
You
scroll
know
for
who they
12
are.
seconds and it says caught up.
Yes.
I know exactly who you guys are, but how long until you guys are planning on being on the road? Do you have a plan?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Because, you need to meet up with us once you do.
Oh, what? Oh, Larry says I'm planning to make room on the bus for my big Dobsonian reflector telescope for the desert sky. Too much light pollution here. Oh my goodness.
No, I love your face too, Mommy. Thanks for making my face. You did a good job. It's a little round right now.
You know what got me?
Hey, Frank, look, I brought the goatee back because she wouldn't leave me alone about it.
What got me watching the Adventure Partners is
Because they're
they
hilarious.
put out, well, they're hilarious, but they also put out a video when they only had like 100 subscribers.
Flies, man.
And they were like, this is how you make money at YouTube. And they were so confident. And they were
Seriously.
so definitive about it. And they were like, don't be a tool. Just do it. Just do it. And I was like, I'm kind of hooked on them.
August. Sweet. Yeah, come find us, as long as we can move about. We'd love to hang out.
Yeah.
I want to see your skylights.
We'll show you some of anyone who wants to
You guys
know.
gotta like get like a GoPro and stick it to the inside of that thing and like take a nighttime time lapse like every night for a year and then smash it together into amazingness.
I haven't tried time lapses yet. Time lapses?
I have.
No, with the nighttime photography.
Oh yeah, I only do it with the GoPro. Well, we love you guys too.
Oh, there was something else I was going to say and then I forgot. Oh, about parking.
That almost scared me.
There's a couple of people recently that have commented and said, how do you guys get the, these great parking spots? And, we have like several techniques. I know a lot of people use iOverlander, and we use that to fill in the blanks too, but we also have different techniques. And so I'm curious if you guys want us to
Oh no, Mom says we're frozen.
maybe do a video about that.
Do a video about what? About parking?
Yeah, about how we find parking spots.
That'll be a short video. I can sum it up right now.
Oh, no.
It'd be really neat to bury it 50 minutes into a live video. Nobody would find it. Does anybody else see us as frozen? Should we Vogue right now?
Okay, so the Adventure Partner says yeah. Yeah, maybe we should
But it's like the shortest thing ever. And like,
no, not really. Not
let's
when you
talk about it. We can
about
always make a video about it later.
because I don't want to bore some people that don't want to hear that. Mm-mm.
Cliff notes?
No, we put it at the
Fine.
end of the video.
We're
I just don't
almost
want to bore. I don't want to bore you guys for just listening to stuff that you don't want to hear about.
there. 13 people aren't bored of us.
13! That's freaking awesome.
No, we're not frozen. Mom, get better internet.
Audio drifts a bit, but video is good so far. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the audio is going to be a little weird.
I
Just because
am-
we're in the middle of nowhere and there's no bandwidth. If we did this for another 30 minutes, we'd just drop out because
Good
it's
call.
6:30. It's 6:30. Everybody out here watches Wheel of Fortune or something. I don't know, and
Mhm.
just kills the internet.
Yeah, they said make a video about it later once we're monetized and then make a kill at it.
Sorry about that, bitch. Yeah, making killing at it, making Benjamins.
13 people is so perfect because we can have a conversation with you guys. We can read each one of
Yeah.
your chats.
You can keep up with the chat.
I feel bad for the people that do live chats and they can't,
Well, like,
talk
I've
back
talked-
and forth.
Yeah, like I've talked to Jordan about it, and
Yeah.
you just get buried. You can't see them all once there's so many people in the chat, and so you can't get back to everybody.
So this is much more personal, and I appreciate that.
But
I like
Story
it.
says, yeah, we should totally Vogue.
All right.
We thought we were freezing. We're not freezing anymore, so I'm not voguing. But oh, there she goes. Yeah, get it. Was that real?
Yeah.
She just cracked her neck. I've never heard her crack
I
her
got
neck.
lost after like the first couple, and I was like, oh,
Maybe I'll just
Yeah.
pop my neck and
Yeah.
it worked.
yeah.
I've never heard your neck do that before. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
It was loud. All right. Who's your bug?
fine. Yes, we use cell phone boosters. We have AT&T hotspot that is unlimited that we use primarily.
Mhm.
Our phones are Verizon, and they're limited with like 20 gigs before they start
Well, that's
tapering
all-
or whatever.
No, they're unlimited, but as a hotspot, they're not.
And then we have a WeBoost. We have the over-the-road version for truckers. And we called WeBoost and we said, hey, there's a new version. We haven't heard about it. They sent it to us for free.
Just the antenna.
So
Because the
still,
inside unit's the
So the
same, but they
WeBoost-
sent a different antenna because they said it'd be better for me.
so the WeBoost that we have now is for RVs. And it boosts your signal up to 300 times.
Yeah, Steven, hope to see you on the road soon. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
So,
It can give you up to an additional 30 miles, like where we're at right now in flat desert.
yeah. So,
Which
it's
it's-
a lifesaver, honestly.
Yeah.
And
It was a few
Quick-
$100. It was like $350, I think. But at least half a dozen times it has saved us from having to move.
mhm.
Because I have to work. So if we get to a spot, if we have a spot picked out and we pull into, it happened our first night, we pull into a campground. I didn't have the booster then.
Right.
We pulled into a campground.
Unpack.
I had to
started
work the
making
next
dinner.
morning. Yeah, it was late already. It was like 9 o'clock. Everything was all set up. And then I realized I don't have service to be able to work tomorrow. We had to pack everything back up, get back in the bus, and drive. That was the whole nightmare.
Yes, we ran over a boulder. We went down a dirt road.
We
that was
backed
one
up
way.
for like 5 miles with
It
my
was
backup
terrible.
boat, with the backup beeper at like 11 o'clock. It was a good time.
Awesome intel about the boosters.
Yeah,
Steven,
well worth their money.
Steven, I should just stick with this.
Okay.
I should be able to blow this up.
Kaylis, hi.
Kayla's jumped in here on her own.
Yeah, Snugglebug Productions. I
Is it-
love the name.
Hey,
YouTube-
Snugglebug Productions. That is great.
Okay, so yes, Larry,
Until you're like 50, then that'll be kind of weird.
with AT&T, we've very rarely
There you
had to. Oh, that's much better. With
I made the screen a little bigger so we could see the comments. Whoa. Okay, that's a little too big. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Oh, and then I just shut your phone down.
Yeah, well.
Well, can pull
You
it
were
down
already
there?
going to answer Steven, right?
Yes, with primarily AT&T is what we use, but
Crazy.
Verizon usually picks up where AT&T drops off, and really the big lifesaver is the WeBoost. And especially if you have to work from home. Look, we have to work from home. There's homeschool stuff that we need to be able to look up and all of that. It's just the world that we live in that you have to have internet. So
Well,
that's
yeah, and I mean,
those two
and
things.
we Netflix and Amazon and YouTube, obviously, we have to be able to upload. And upload is always slower than download speed. So, yeah, it's just the way it is. But worth their weight in gold. My understanding is that there's some new ones out there that are being tested. Before it was just kind of WeBoost. Like, that's just the best that there was. Steampunk Steve, I was hoping he was going to be on here, but he's probably taking a nap, honestly. He just got a different kind that he's waiting on and is going to test out. So if you're interested in those, go over to his channel and check out and see what his is. I know it was cheaper than ours was, but it's supposed to be pretty great. So if you're looking for like a budget option on a booster, keep an eye out there. He's going to do a review on it once he gets it.
I'm curious, Steven.
What is big? You can't see that?
Well, no, I just can't scroll through it. Steven says that he's getting his next bus in a few weeks, and I'm curious what happened to your first bus.
The comments right there. Oh,
You stopped.
well, it's only because I was off on words.
Oh, what? And the Adventure Partners wants to know what Jesse does for work.
No. Just kidding. I work in logistics. I work for XPO Logistics. I actually have an outside agency. I'm a broker. So customers need to ship freight or receive freight, all kinds of it, so they can produce things, make things, sell things. We work with so many trucking companies, along with our own company, that we are able to get it as a discount because of the amount of volume that we move with them. So essentially, if my customer trusts me, and or anybody else, that they have a good broker, we are a free employee for them. Plus, they get their freight cheaper than if they were to go out and book their own shipments to move their freight or to receive freight that they need. So I get them a discount on their freight. Plus, I do that work for them so that they don't have to, and we make some money off of the margin.
can't keep your YouTube fans thirst quenched when you don't have the internet.
So true.
So
Dave Sewell. Who's that guy?
Larry says that he watches a lot of Steam Club Steve videos.
Yeah, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Dave, my stepdad. Would I choose a Jeep as a Toad again? Oh, that's a trick question. I think it depends on your budget. We got our Jeep extremely cheap for what it is. We got a screaming deal on it, so that's why I went ahead and went for it. If I was looking for an option that was possibly cheaper, I would go with an Element, a Honda Element. Now, granted, they are all older at this point. The newer ones are supposed to come out soon. You can also tow the CRVs, but I'm not as much of a fan. But the Honda Element is a great Toad. So if you're looking for kind of a cheaper one. But yeah, the Jeep is amazing. I love the Jeep. I wish we got to play with the Jeep more. It is a Jeep, so they like to be pampered and taken care of. If they're not, they get fussy on you. It's just how they are. So that's one thing that you have to deal with, but I kind of knew that getting into the Jeep. But yeah, we still love the Jeep. I don't ever really want to get rid of the Jeep, so hopefully...
Speak for yourself. I would like a Subaru Forester or the really cute Volvo that's like...
Yeah, see, those are great, but there's not enough room. There's just not.
Oh, please. We don't tow fleas.
Tow fleas? I don't want fleas. Get out of here.
No.
Nomadic Ramblers. Hey, guys.
Ah.
You guys want to say hi to them? They're right over that way.
They are self-quarantining about a quarter of a mile down the road.
And they are some of the most amazing people. If you haven't met them, Nomadic Ramblers, they are great. They helped us out. They're the only reason that we are doing our shower right now, because they went down to Yuma to get some medications, and they were nice enough to swing by Home Depot and pick things up that I needed. Plywood.
Specifically.
Yeah. Like
three
sheets of plywood, a sheet of plastic.
You can't fit plywood into the Jeep. So we
downside
have
of
to
the Jeep
drive
is a
90
Toad.
miles in the bus.
And cut it up to get it in here.
So they really saved our
Thank you,
very
guys.
soon
Thank
to
you
be
so much.
clean.
You have another loaf of
Skin.
bread coming soon.
Oh.
Let us know. I'll tell Lily what to make. You're welcome. Thank you, love.
Funny.
Flat or trailer, not fleece. Flat.
That
There-
was
I
good,
don't-
though.
The only reason that we towed, so our first trip we didn't have a Toad, and it kind of bit us because we broke down, and it actually worked out because we met one of the most amazing people ever, but that's a different story. Flat because when we need to disconnect, there's been a few times where we've gotten to traffic specifically, but got into a few places that were too tight and we needed to disconnect so that we could maneuver and get out of the way. If we weren't towing flat and we had a trailer, a dolly on the back, we'd still be screwed. Or you would have to, unload the car off of the dolly, move the dolly out of the way somewhere, then move the bus, then move the car. With the Jeep, and the reason I chose the Jeep, now we got a screaming deal on the Jeep because it was a friend of mine, but the reason we were looking for a Jeep, the reason we chose the Jeep, is because with the tow system that I have in it, it takes me under 30 seconds, under a minute, to be able to disconnect and move the Jeep out of the way and then move the bus. So we've literally done it while in traffic and, needed to get out of the way because we were too big or couldn't make a turn or flip around is what it was.
Yeah.
To be able to hop out, disconnect the Jeep, move the Jeep out of the way. If you have a dolly or if you have a flat trailer that you're loaded up on, you're still screwed. There's no point. At least that's my view. Tons of other people feel different ways. Where we're at right now, down south of Corsight, there's tons of people that have dollies. There's tons. I saw a Jeep on a flat trailer, and that's because they didn't want to put the additional miles on their Jeep.
Check this out.
But
there is
my Jeep doesn't log mileage while I tow it, so who cares as long as you keep up with the maintenance.
There's a semi-truck that tows a trailer that they live in, but on the back of the semi-truck,
they're friends of friends.
They
have a
pull
Mini.
up their little smart car. So they have the semi-truck towing a smart car,
right.
towing their home, and I think it's the coolest, smartest setup.
I tell you what,
Kudos.
if I would have known ahead of time, and I should have known because I was a CDL driver for years, if I would have known that you could have taken a semi and then you can still convert that and title it as an RV and not need a CDL, we would have been driving one of the logistics trailers.
Bigger vehicle, bigger problems, I say.
No bigger problems than what we have right
All right, fine.
now. Bigger motor, better
Towing
mileage.
gear thing. No, the Jeep
Wait, what?
doesn't. Does your Jeep have the towing gear thing?
Towing gear thing.
No,
What's that?
I don't think so.
What's a towing gear thing, Steven?
It does have a brake buddy, which has been,
Awesome and a nightmare.
yeah.
We're actually in the middle of dealing with Brake Buddy, the brand Brake Buddy, which is Hopkins, dealing with their insurance company as we speak because their unit failed and allowed dirty air to suck into our motor. So my Jeep currently burns oil because the rings have damage because their Brake Buddy system is not designed correctly, which they are aware of and have admitted fault and are willing to take care of it. But now we are just waiting on their insurance company.
It was really cool though. They sent out a.
Oh, it locks out the transmission to where it frees the wheels.
Oh.
My transfer case does that. So yes, it does technically have a towing gear, I guess, but it just freewheels the transfer case so that the drive lines spin freely within the transfer case and not touching any of the gearing. So the drive lines turn and the axles turn, but nothing else does.
So the insurance company for Brake Buddy
And
sent out
Jeeps are built that way now. Just so you
a
know.
forensic investigator for engines.
Which was a super cool guy who I'm kind of upset with right now because he hasn't replied back to me or answered his phone.
Well, he's probably at home.
It's been over a month.
Anyway, so he investigates various different wrecks and malfunctions in planes, trains, just all sorts of engines. He examines, the oil and the transmission.
That's what she said.
What?
Sorry.
Anyway, so it was really cool. He was a great guy.
Thank you,
Spent
Bruce. You
a
too.
couple of hours with us, and
I don't mean
thank
to-
you, Bruce.
I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted
Yeah.
to say see you before you bounce.
Well, I was thinking about that. I don't know the appropriate time. We've been on for an hour.
We're in it, but if people drop out, whatever. I mean, there's more people joining, so we're gonna hang out. I don't have anything better to do.
Where do you see people joining?
You can see the
15
yeah, 15.
people.
And Bruce left, I assume. So, hey everybody, who's here? Roll call. Can you guys roll call? Who's here?
Then I have to wait for everyone to roll call.
Well, we can talk about whatever.
I'm just, I can't even tell you. Like, I feel so, I don't know. I just feel really grateful that all of you guys tuned in. Like, this is a friendship platform for us. It's how, we make friends. And I think this is just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I've never done a live anywhere besides like being in a live event somewhere. So this is super cool. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's great. Look at this. Everybody's chiming in. That's so great.
Well, yeah.
Dave, Be Adventure Partners, Life is a Joy, Wild on the Road, Steven Council, The Nomadic
yeah.
Ramblers. You made that whole box?
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't that much left, but I'm kind of sad.
All right.
Jonah's hanging out for anybody that's joining us, but he's hanging out in the background.
It's
'cause
hard
he
for
doesn't
him
wanna
to
be
get
a
the
part.
concept of talking to
Yeah.
the camera.
If we
as
were all
opposed
in
to
a
the
trendy
face.
Zoom meeting, then it'd be different, but we're not.
I heard that Zoom is
How's
like.
Portland, Pamela? You heard Zoom as what?
I heard,
Yeah, I heard there's some security risks with
yeah, I
Zoom.
heard they're
Well,
like
there's-
collecting intel or something.
What's some different than TikTok?
Don't pick your nose.
Excuse
You
me.
can't edit that out. We can't edit this. We're
Pick-
we're unedited.
I'll
Raw,
pick my nose if I
unfiltered.
want to.
Ew.
There's nothing in there. I took a shower and cleaned it all out. My nose is clean, folks. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm fueled by a tiny bit of peanut butter whiskey and not a lot of food. So happy birthday to me.
You dork.
I
He's
know.
a dork.
Grindy, what's up, bud?
Grindy!
How's North
Hi.
Carolina? We heard North Carolina's kind of getting hit hard and locked down tough.
Yeah, I hope you're doing all right.
I'm glad you guys are still here, Frankogen. We seriously miss you. Like, I wish you weren't so far away. I wish we could hang out.
Yeah.
You know, friends have rolled out. Debbie and Jim are still here, and Roger's still here. But other than that, it's getting kind of sparse. And I feel like
Which-
we're going to be all alone soon,
I mean-
and I don't want to be.
I mean, yes, we say that, but then when we're alone, we
Thank
also
you, guys.
really like being alone too. So
Pick it, just don't eat it. You hear that, Jonah?
happy
You can pick your
birthday.
nose, just don't eat it.
Oh, Jim and Deb say hi, Grindy.
Grandy, how's North Carolina?
I think
How's
he's
the-
answering.
The quarantine and all that. I've heard that North Carolina is a little tough right now.
At least they're not.
What do
all packed in
19 people in here? Wow, we're those people that are announcing how many people are in the chat right now, even though that they can see. What's
Look, it's 19.
what's everybody up to? Anybody? Oh, see, somebody left just because they heard that. Anything interesting going out there in your guys'
I'm in
world?
lockdown here at the beach. I really miss the desert. Okay, well,
You're at the
we're
beach,
here at the
dude.
desert. We're just
Yeah, we missed the beach.
and we miss the beach. So
Yeah, we're parked. We're parked 100 yards from where you were parked before when we were over here before Schoolapalooza.
child number 1 from the bus story. Oh, Kalis, I
Hi,
miss
Kalis.
you.
We miss you. Tell Damien we
Damien
said
too,
hi
yeah.
too. How's the bus remodel? Are you guys done?
I know. It's
Did
like
we
you guys
miss an
kinda
update?
dropped off about that.
Yeah, what
Like
happened?
we saw the stove, and we saw like the last thing I remember
Seriously,
seeing was
beach
your
lockdown?
backsplash.
I'd be real
and if
upset
you
with
were
being
gonna
locked
finish
down at the
them.
beach. Yeah, bus story. Pressure's on. Where's that video? Let's see it. Let's see this rebuild.
Mhm.
Come on. I'll show you my shower if you show me your rebuild. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Bus story. The beach lockdown looks.
Oh,
Should we
my
pretend to
God.
be frozen?
No, I already dubbed.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Hey, Steve. We were just talking about you.
Hey, you woke up from your nap.
We were just talking about you, and you were probably in a nap. So I just referred everybody over to your channel. Once you get your more budget-friendly Wi-Fi booster, signal booster, to see how that works. We were talking about how we bought the best one that we could at the time.
Mhm.
Also, Frank and Jen have one that's a step up from ours.
Mhm.
It does seem to work a little better when we're not parked next to each other and interfering. But Steve has one that's like a couple $100 cheaper. So if that one works great, then I'd probably sway and say go that way with the booster thing.
Steve, are you still helping Aaron in Ehrenberg?
Yeah,
With
you
her
guys still
bus?
slamming screws out there?
I'm surprised. Well, I'm surprised the weather has actually held out as long as it has. It's already into April, and usually it's kind of cranking out some heat by now. But we've been really lucky, and it's been warm, but with the breeze, it's been absolutely lovely.
I feel you, Jen. I do. I started editing a couple videos, and just with everything that's going on, I've just been like, meh. We were talking about that at the very beginning of the video. I don't know if you were in here yet or not, but how the whole COVID Corona thing is kind of putting a damper on editing.
It's just a
and making
distraction. It's just a
videos.
major distraction.
It is. We watch the update every day, so we're not getting it through the news.
Right, and
We're
then
just trying to gather the facts. And
I
go
also
off the bat.
I also tried to start like with the schedule. Like I think I said this in the last video.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just try and shut it down at 9:30 and not look at it anymore, and then do our normal life and live during the day, and then only peek at it at night. Because goodness gracious, you can really just get sucked up into it. Remodels on hold because of the lockdown. Totally
Right.
understandable.
Grandy said he's getting a puppy on Wednesday.
Oh,
What kind of
what
puppy?
kind of puppy?
Can I pet that dog? Any of you guys on TikTok? Because if so, you should know that one.
Yeah, nomadic
Oh,
ramblers
pet
are
that
parked
dog.
out here with us too, and as long as the weather continues to be nice with us, I think we're going to try and hold out and stay here through the middle of April, which is when the tag for this season expires. And then past that, we just got to go a little north
We're going to
or
slowly
up
head
in
north
elevation.
to stay in
Yeah.
cooler weather, but
Yeah,
we're only going to go.
our plans are very
We'll probably be
limited.
over by Nomadic Ramblers if that's okay with them. I think we're going to head towards the Congress area-ish. There's a ton more BLM land north of here in Arizona. We're going to go hang out that way, and then up towards Prescott and maybe Williams,
Well,
Flagstaff area after
It's
that.
just hard because I'm sure just with anyone else who travels, we're not sure if they're going to do, stop, going back and forth at state borders like Florida did. So we don't want to be in a state that we're not familiar with, that we're not, that we don't have a long-term parking plan situation.
Hi, DT
So-
Dragon. Before that slipped away and we
That
lose it.
is, yes. It's been unusually cool in Florida too. I wonder if it's because of less traffic. Anyway, so we're trying to stick close to the state that we're familiar with.
A standard terrier? I didn't know there was a standard terrier. Be Adventure Partners. The tag, we are parked in what's called the BLM LTVA, long-term visitors area, and it comes with a season pass. It comes with a seasonal pass that you
So it's-
buy for like 6 months.
Unlimited
It gives you
water,
water,
unlimited
trash,
and dump. And it's very dispersed. So you just park wherever. There's no assigned parking or anything, but it's really about the water. So it's a good.
The Flurkin.
Oh, look at it. It's just a good. It's a good little spot for if you want to stay put for a while. Mostly because of the water.
There's BLM, just regular BLM, all over the place out here, but they don't have the same services. So
Right.
if you get the tag, essentially you just get to use the services whether you're parked here or not. You can always roll in and use it and then cruise back out somewhere else here further out.
Here in
Oh, thank you,
Florida.
Ramblers. You guys are sweet. How's Squatterville, Steve? Is it super windy there right now?
Good to see you two, the adventure partners. The cat didn't look amused. Yeah, she has resting bitch face. It's not her fault.
Yeah, she's actually plenty amused. She just looks mad all
DT
the
Dragon
time.
is Damien.
Oh, Damien, what's up?
Hi, Damien.
Thanks for joining. All you guys are joining from your separate channels.
I think we should hang it up though because I have some pizza
Kitty
today,
even agrees.
and we just gotta go do life, as I'm sure you guys do too.
Thank you guys
This
so
is
much
so-
for tuning in.
Freaking great! I feel just honored to even be chatting with you guys, and I don't know.
Oh, we've been on here over an hour.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Thanks for hanging out. We miss hanging out with, big groups
Yeah.
here and there.
And just we don't get a chance to watch everyone's videos. Like the Adventure Partners.
Same with you, Wild on the Road.
I still, I pop in and see what you're up to
Well,
and that kind of thing.
For anybody out there that
Thank you,
makes,
Phil.
anybody that makes videos, you guys know that you can't watch them all if you're trying to make them at the same time. All you would do is watch videos. It's just impossible.
Thank you, Steven. See you next time.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Steven. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah. Bus story, all you guys, ramblers, all of you
Everybody.
guys. Yes, we love you so much. We're gonna do a really cool.
We'll have to do these more often. Do you guys want us to do these more? No. Aw.
All right.
We can FaceTime you guys.
Yes, I need to FaceTime you when you get your bread. Enjoy your evening. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Big love. All right.
All
We'll
right.
see you guys next time.
Ready? Miss you guys. Thanks for tuning.
Now what?
What do we do?
Oh no!
Is it off?
They're gonna see us naked.
Is it still going?
Put your pants on.
Quickie?
No.
Honey, come on.
We have kids. That was so